Okay, so this is Shimmerz, and printed these off on die cuts, and then I'm going to add a little bit of 49 Market Distress ink here, so I don't have anything taped down right now. So I think what I want to do is I want to add like a little shadowing effect to this, to all of these pieces. So I'm going to kind of move this one out. Hopefully I like it. So I'm going to use this as almost kind of like a stencil. I don't want it to be perfect. And then my plan is to move this in a little bit, so then that way you've got like a little bit of a shadowing effect. And then finish doing gray and the rest of this. So move these pictures here, kind of try to keep these spider webs where they're at. I will have to move them down just a hair. So the whole point is I'm trying to kind of offset this. So and so I'm going to go ahead and speed this up. I had already set out pretty much kind of how I wanted things spread out on the page before I got started here. And the sketch that you saw at the beginning, I think that was one that was shared on Simple Stories. The spider webs that I've got here, they were actually a cut file from Cricut that I had found. And I liked it because they were a little wonky. They weren't perfectly shaped. And so those are kind of the ones that I chose. And then the pictures I'm documenting are, so I go all out with our trunk or treat at this. So the kids have a trunk or treat at their school, and every year I try to go a little crazy with it. I love Halloween. I love all things Halloween, and so I tend to go a little overboard maybe with it. And so that year in particular, I had done a Peanuts theme. So I ended up making the Peanuts, of course, the ones that were where it was they were in the ghost costumes, and one had like all the eye holes all over it. So I had created that with a bunch of pumpkins. I'd done of course a Snoopy and the Moonlight, and then Lucy and Linus together. And then I dressed as the Great Pumpkin. So I had a big old pumpkin head on, and then had like a white sheet that I ended up making a sash for that said the Great Pumpkin. So then that way people would know who I was supposed to be. And so I had a lot of fun making it. And actually, in fact, the Peanuts characters, that they actually go up on the mantle every year for as one of our decorations. So I decided I wanted to kind of shade in the middle there too. I didn't want it to be that stark white. So, and most of that will get covered up anyway. So anyways, this Shimmerz collection was very heavily Halloween themed. So I really wanted to get my hands on it. And so, of course, the photographs were kind of, I think from the sketch, were a little offset. I think that the spider webs were a little bit more evenly spaced out, but I kind of liked them kind of wonky, so. The acrylic piece that you see over on the left-hand side says Trick or Treat, and that actually was an Inner Creativity acrylic piece that I had purchased, so you can find them on Etsy. So I'm just trying to spin these spider webs around kind of where they, look good to my eye. All of the other ephemera pieces that you see me pulling in here are all from the kit minus the wood piece. So you can see like kind of a wood candy piece that I'm picking up there now. That was part of one of the acrylic pieces I'd gotten from Inner Creativity. I don't know if it came with the Trick or Treat, but it might have come with a different acrylic piece. So I'm just getting everything kind of settled where I like it there. Because to me, I think the sketch it looked like you had the 4 spider webs, then you had your photographs, and then to me it looked like everything was kind of on an angle, on a diagonal with kind of how they had the ephemera. I considered backing the photographs, but I just felt like that it didn't work with it. So, and then I ended up putting a bunch of glitter pieces. They're not glitter, sequins. I always want to say glitter for some reason. Sequins pieces. So this was a separate add-on that you could buy from Shimmerz. So it's like a $5 bundle. So it comes with the sequins and then in a different paint color. So, and I think the paint color I got was the green one. When I had unboxed this, I wasn't sure which one it was, but. And so I'm going to go ahead and get all of the sequins put down, glued down. So this sequence came with like some little webs. So you can actually see one of the webs tucked in behind that Trick or Treat basket there. It came with some bats, some spiders, little pumpkin faces, and then it had different color sequins like an orange and pink. Because a lot of the colors in this collection were orange, black, and pink. Which obviously with this layout, it really played off the orange a lot because my pumpkin head was orange. And so I'm going to go ahead and cover up the photograph, and I'm actually going to take and use some of the spray that had come in the kit this month. And I think this is called Black Hole. So sometimes I have an easy time getting paint to drip off of these, off of the spray pieces, but sometimes I don't, and so I just go ahead and dip my paintbrush in there and get it. And so here is the finished layout. I think it turned out really cute. I will include the link down below for Shimmerz, and I also will have an unboxing video, so I'll link that too as well. And here are a few close-up shots. I really appreciate you for coming by to watch another process video.